What is up, my fellow Ojamans? So I'm coming back, gonna start doing videos on the channel again. Had a lot of going on in my personal life, and then the quarantine happened, so all of a sudden I have a little bit more time on my hands. So I'm gonna do a few videos, and then I'll be working on the channel a little bit more. I do want to let you guys know that because of the quarantine and everything, I was having a hard time finding people to play online with and stuff. So I decided that I was going to make a Discord channel called the Ojama Nation. I'll link to it in the video below, or in the I'll link to it below in the description. Um, yeah, I just wanted to put together a community, give us something we can do to kind of help each other deck build. Maybe find people to play online with using like YGO Pro or Dueling Nexus or any of those. And then I'll be on there quite a bit. I'll chat with people and stuff like that as well. So yeah, just go to that and then we'll start building our community here. So I'm going to showcase a deck that I've been having a lot of fun with. I do want to preface this with I don't like showing decks with proxy cards. Um, I feel like that's a little trashy. Um, at least in videos, I do proxies so I can play with them as I get that or until I get them. But with the quarantine and everything, I'm not really able to get the last two cards I need. So I am going to be proxying two cards in this, and then as soon as we're able to be out and about again, then I'll get those two cards. This is my Time Thief Phantom Knight Danger deck. So a lot of moving parts, but it's a lot of fun. It's pretty fun. I'll explain everything as we go through. So first, we're going to do the Time Thief package, Time Thief Winder. Going to run 3 of those. When it's normal or special summoned, it searches a Time Thief card from the deck to the grave, or from the deck to the hand. And then while you have a Time Thief card on the field, or a Time Thief Xyz card, you can detach from it while this card's in your hand to special summon it. So you can actually make Time Thief Redoer, and then while this is in your hand, and detach one, special summon it, and get more cards on the field. My favorite Time Thief card, but it's really just to open, is Time Thief Regulator. What this does is if you have no other monsters on the field, you can tribute this card, special summon 2 Time Thief monsters in defense mode with different names from your deck. So basically, it's a 1-card Time Thief Redoer. So, a lot of fun. I'm going to be running 2 Bezelship. This, while it's on the field and you have an Xyz monster, you can tribute it and attach a card from your opponent's graveyard to that Xyz monster, and then while it's in the graveyard, you can detach a material and special summon it. And then I'm going to be running 1 Chronocorder. This one is, you can tribute it. I don't think I've ever used its tribute effect. Okay, so it stops you from taking battle damage. And then while it's in the graveyard, if a dark Xyz monster you control leaves the field, it can special summon itself. But then it banishes itself when it leaves the field. That is the Time Thief lineup. There's a lot of cool, intricate things you can do with the deck. Like, I can actually build some pretty decent boards because of all the special summon abilities through the Time Thief things, through the Time Thief monsters, just because of how they special summon themselves and all the different cards we have access to. It's pretty fun. Like, every time I play the deck, there's a new thing that I learn that I can do. So it's a very interesting archetype. And then for the Phantom Knights, I'm running 2 Cloak and 2 Boots. Really, it helps me get into things like Breaksword, and then, search Fog Blades, Brigadine, stuff like that, which we'll go through when we get into the spells and traps. And then for the dangers, so because we're running a lot of rank 4s, I'm running 3 Mothman, and then it will be 3 Chupacabra. I just need to get the other 2 Chupacabras, and then the one of Nessie, Sneck, and Bunny. Basically, if you don't know, Bunny lets you special any from the deck, any danger from the deck when it's discarded. Snake is a guaranteed special summon. Nessie is like a danger Rhoda. Chupacabra is a danger reborn. And Mothman is a Dark World Dealings. And then into our hand traps, and 3 Ash and 2 Valor. These ideally would be impermanents, but I don't have luck pulling impermanents. And then that lines up our monsters. Let's get into our spells. So everything's dark, so Lure Darkness, no brainer. Pot of Avarice to give us a little bit of late game. And then it can be a blowout card. I've actually opened with Pot of Avarice and then been able to use it on my first turn just because of the dangers and everything. And then it helps me build a bigger board that is hard to deal with. And then the last card is the Rain Gut Magic. I was running it at 2, and that actually kind of clogged a lot. I ran into it more than I was able to use it. So, because it's searchable off of the different Phantom Knights, running it at 1 is actually more ideal in my opinion. And that rounds up our spells. And then 4 traps, 3 Fogblade, 1 Brigadine, 2 Flyback. What this one does is it lets you attach another Time Thief card to a Xyz monster you control, to a Time Thief Xyz. So usually I'll flip 1 and attach the other to Time Thief Redoer, just so I have the bounce effect on Time Thief Redoer. And then the last 2 cards are Time Thief Retrograde, which is it's basically a Solemn Judgment. It stops spells and traps, and then it attaches that spell and trap to your Time Thief Redoer, or your Time Thief card. And that rounds up our deck profile, or the main deck. Let's jump into the extra deck. So we're running 2 Time Thief Redoer and 1 Perpetua. So Redoer, it attaches the top card of your opponent's deck every standby phase, so yours and your opponent's. And then once per turn, you can attach up to 3 cards, each with different types, and they do different things depending on the type. So monster, spell, and trap. If he detaches a monster card, he banishes himself until the end phase. A spell card, you get to draw a card, and then a trap card, you bounce a card on the field, or a card your opponent controls, to the top of their deck. So that's the most powerful when it's your opponent's turn and they're trying really hard to get kind of a big monster out, and then they get the monster out, you activate the effect, put it on top of the deck, and they basically have to pass. And then you draw your card, standby phase, take that monster from the top of their deck and attach it onto him so they can't get it in the next turn. It's a really good disruption. And then running the 1 Break Sword. More spot removal, and then when it gets destroyed, you get to special summon 2 Phantom Knights at level and make them level 4, and then you can go into some of our other rank 4 plays. So kind of our rank 4 toolbox: the Gooska, Tornado Dragon, and Abyss Dweller. Really, stall, back row heavy deck, graveyard heavy deck, and then running our Rebellion Dragon, our rank up Requiem Dragon, and then Raider After Blaze Falcon. So halves a opponent's attack, adds it to this card, and then you can rank it up into this guy. Detach, which makes a monster 0, adds the attack to this. So it's a really strong combo there. And then Blaze Falcon, you can, what it'll do is it will destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls and burn for 500 for each one it destroys. So it's good in time. It's also good to just get rid of, it's non-targeting removal, so it's good to get rid of hard monsters to get rid of. And then we're going to go into our links. It's running 1 Borrelsword, Nightmare Unicorn, Phoenix, Underclock, and Wee Witch. I usually go into Wee Witch first, just to give me a little bit of damage and make it so my monsters can't be destroyed as easy, and then kind of go up into the other ones. That is all of those. So that's kind of my deck profile. I've been having a lot of fun playing with this. Just kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. Because there's so many different moving parts, it can brick, but when it goes off pretty well. I've actually had, it go off where all my dangers, worked. I got good RNG with those, and I just build a board of like a Perpetua, a Time Thief Redoer, and like a Borrelsword going second, and my opponent's not able to do anything, and I just OTK them. And they just can't, it's a good sleeper deck because not a lot of people know what a lot of the cards do, so you can kind of take a lot of people by surprise. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, go ahead, give this deck a try. Let me know what you would do different. Again, don't forget the Discord in the description. I would like to get people on there. And then, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's share these videos. Let's keep growing the channel. You guys have a great day.